That's right, Dolly. After all the holiday baked goods of cookies and cakes have disappeared and the delectable confections eaten up, what other choice do you have to satisfy your sweet tooth? The brilliantly colorful, oddly shaped, festive, but hard candies. Found in crystal dishes on side tables everywhere. What's a kid to do when that's the only choice left? Eat up, of course. I'm Victor, and straight out of the Gen experience, those holiday hard candy holdovers from generations past. These sweet nothings, and I do mean nothings, were sometimes all that was left as the holidays were coming to a close. The variety of hard candy choices once ruled Christmas before every popular brand of chocolate began wrapping up their soft goods in red, green, or gold foil. Let's take a look at some of our favorites and not so favorite sweets that went beyond the traditional candy cane during this Who can resist the gorgeous and delicately curled bands of ribbon candy? A lot of us. Of course, they very rarely looked this fancy in the bowl. More often than not, they were like sharp sugar shards, fragments of beautiful ribbon you'd pop in when nothing else would do, ultimately wreaking havoc by stabbing, jabbing, and cutting, ultimately slicing our mouths to ribbon. Ribbon candy is still found today, and is still broken. Speaking of broken, perhaps because these sheets of brightly colored candy were meant to be shattered, they seemed more fun than the broken pieces of Christmas ribbon. Rock candy, not on a stick, but rubble. No, not quite Barney Rubble, but not unlike Fred after he was done at the quarry. This treat laid flatter and actually tempted me more than other hard candy of the era. If I could pry a piece off of the assuredly sticky pile of bright and scrumptious shale, this was one I made time for. Because time is what you needed, sucking this candy down was not a quick task. Cut rock. Sounds more like a famous rock formation you'd find in the southwest desert, but cut rock is an incredibly engineered roll of candy, with both exterior color and even a design throughout the center of it. This Yule log of sweet treat is cut into slices to create small discs of festive delight for anyone who yearns for the nostalgia of a or if there weren't any chocolate alternatives available. They may not scream Christmas, but dads had us all over a barrel with these root beer flavored hard candies. When no other options were present, these treats that always seemed to come out for every holiday were always the first choice over the assorted candy like cut rock or ribbon. Peppermint cream candy straws. These festive treats feature crisp candy cane flavored straws filled with smooth, creamy mint for a perfect balance of sweet and cool. With their delightful crunch and burst of minty freshness, you would find them either on their own or more likely in an assorted bag or canister of all sorts of hard rock. Candy, that is. Like this. Still a famous brand that shines during the holiday today, these containers of brightly colored hard candies come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Washburn is famous for including pieces of ribbon candy, cut rock, peppermint straws, and even fruit-shaped sweets with citrus flavors. And then, without even suspecting, you were surprised and delighted when Washburn's hard candies with the soft chew center made it into your mix. The assortment looked identical between the two, but one had the unexpected you hoped for. The packaging was almost indistinguishable, and telling the difference was difficult to impossible. But you knew the moment you bit down and that hard shell melted away to a soft center of gel candy in various flavors. It was the diamond in the rough of hard-ass candies famous during the season. You always felt lucky to find that tricky soft candy disguised with a hard outer shell. Pretenders, if you don't mind the Transformers reference. These were candies we dug around for and hoped to get, often only knowing when we finally bit down onto it. And being wrong could be a painful lesson for your teeth. Found in Hickory Farm's gift boxes, someone always had a handful of strawberry bonbons individually packaged in their cartoonish strawberry wrapping. I never saw the bonbon anywhere but in these gift packs, but they were already old-fashioned by the 1980s. Having been a French-inspired creation in the mid-1800s, the strawberry bonbon has stood the test of time. Although certainly not as popular as it once was, anything with a soft strawberry center wins points in my book, and I don't mind sinking my teeth into the chewy center. Tasty as they were never as plentiful during the holidays as the Primrose raspberry-filled candies. I could barely wait. I must have sucked on these for a total of 2.5 seconds before impatiently breaking the shell and enjoying the chewy berry-flavored center. Tossing them back like Tic Tacs, these tiny raspberry-filled or any other berry and citrus-filled hard candy were a hit for me and didn't last long in our house. I would try, often in vain, to find these hidden treasures in the ubiquitous glass dish, touching every single one. Suddenly, I would come across a shock. A chocolate-filled hard candy. They were there, but they were rare, and you knew it was something special when picking up one of these. Letting everybody know you found one, dozens of little fingers would attack that dish and start sifting through the candy, hoping to find gold. Tell me which hard candies you preferred. Basic buttermints, but with a peppermint flavor and coloring. The red and white stripes were as familiar as the age-old candy cane, but the granular sugar dissolved quickly in your mouth, going from hard to soft and buttery almost in an instant. Either in twig or berry-sized, the holiday buttermint was almost a requirement. But you could find candies like this at a variety of special events. Sporting maybe only a color change, they still go fast, leaving the hard candy the one and only choice for those hankering for some sweet treats. Other softer traditional candies that filled our holiday season were spice drops, gumdrops in Christmas colors with a gel consistency that made them favorites for the young and the young at heart. Get to these fast though, they didn't last long, and those who missed their shot at these were left with the broken and sharp pieces of ribbon candy tearing the roof of your mouth. The same goes for Christmas nougat. These soft chews could replace a meal for me. Festive design and just enough peppermint to make you feel fresh and satisfied. Problem was, there was never enough of them to go around. Soft candy and chocolate were always more expensive than the cheap hard candy in abundance. Brax or Brock's brand was the king of candy when it came to the holidays, and that brand delivered. This was one of their best. So, soft or hard, which way do you like it? Luckily, during the season, there was never a lack of sugary goodness to fill our bellies. Not quite hard candy, but hard. Peanut brittle was more of a confection and satisfied our savory treat requirement when we had enough sweets. Delicious, crunchy, salty, and sticky fingers to lick were all part of the enjoyment. Before Hershey, Mars, and other chocolates made sure to carve out a niche of the Christmas candy market, it was cost-effective to fill your home with these sweet, sugary candies to suck on, and perhaps get a soft, chewy center payoff. Found in either flat or stemmed pedestal crystal candy dishes or glass bowls with beveled and faceted designs, the hard candy has been an age-old tradition that kept its traction during the Gen experience. Which one of these more closely resembles the one you had in your house? Hard candy was about to get some competition when chocolate stepped up to the challenge.
Something for Santa?
Look what I brought you, Santa. Holiday chocolate.
Oh, they're red and green.
Mom brought them home for the family. But I saved the best for you.
Holidays chocolates.
These were the Red and Green M&Ms before they were marketed as M&Ms. Referred to simply as holiday chocolates, they were made with the usual hard outer candy shell with either the chocolate or chocolate and peanut inside.
There's nothing like holidays for your holidays from the makers of M&M's chocolate candies.
More?
It wouldn't be long before these hard candies were stamped with an M on each colored shell, and they became one of my new all-time favorites.
I brought M&Ms!
Judy, it's very clearly a bottle of pills you've drawn M's on.
I drew M's on them so I knew who they were for. This one's for me, and oh, this one's for me. This one's for me, too. Oh, this one's for me.
Pace yourself, Judy. It's 7:30.
So whether you were scouring the shelves for a little sweet candy fulfillment with the likes of Cinnamon Imperials or settled on the seemingly endless supply of brightly colored ones to suck on, it wouldn't be long until the hard candy would take a back seat and the 80s and 90s made sure the chocolate companies cornered the market on Christmas candy. Even the ever-present candy cane evolved to keep their footing in the race. With diverse flavor profiles, the traditional peppermint shepherd's crook are still one of the most popular Christmas treats. But not as loved as the dozens of chocolate companies wrapping their beloved brands in shimmering foil of red, green, or gold. So suck on that, candy cane. I hope your Christmas isn't a hard candy kind. Make sure to have a diverse array of treats on hand to fill you with joy. And don't forget those Lifesaver storybooks. Getting those in your stockings was like welcoming back an old friend. I hope to find some likes and subscribes in my stockings this year, and I really hope you enjoyed this look back at
Hard candy Christmas.
and how once these candies were at the forefront of our holiday experience. There were endless shapes and sizes, and even more specialty kinds, like the French cream candy. Which do you look forward to every year? Well, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Please check out our great shows from the greatest generation, and until next time.